meeting of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. Thank you, meeting host, for starting the recording. I was just going to say that, but at Toastmasters Club of Storytellers, we know what is going to happen even before it happens. So the recording was started. To officially start the meeting, I would like to inform everybody that this meeting will be recorded and shared amongst members for training and quality evaluation. No, I'm just joking. This will be shared for study and self-reflection. Some parts may be used against you later when you become famous in order to cancel you. Again, just joking. Some parts will be used for promotional material again later. So don't say anything that can be used against you in the future. In order to have a smooth meeting, here are some ground rules. Please put yourself on mute when not speaking. Don't interrupt somebody else while they are speaking. Be attentive throughout the meeting and support the speakers with your warm smiles and claps. Let's have a great meeting. And now I would like to welcome to carry this meeting forward our club president, Toastmaster Mehak. Please take this in.
Thank you so much, Sadhika Camps, Toastmaster Arjun. Greetings, dear Toastmasters and my fellow guests. Thank you so much for joining in. Today, we are going to have a special meeting that is the Moments of Truth. So, first of all, I would like to enlighten you about what exactly Moments of Truth is. For the guest, it is a new thing to understand. And for all the members, we have already been done one of the Moments of Truth in our club. So, a Moments of Truth is an episode where each of the prospective member and the guest comes in contact with any of the aspect of the Toastmaster which you feel that you want to express about the club. The things that you feel were taking place, that is basically you have to give the feedback about the club, how you think that the quality of the meeting is and the service that we have been providing you. If the club does that, in it is an episodic thing which is done to strengthen and to improve upon itself. There are some critical 6 points, the critical points which we will discuss around that. So for that, I will also be sharing the Moments of Truth hangout. But first, I would recall the 6 points. The first one is the first impression. Second is the membership orientation. Third is fellowship, variety, and communication. Fourth is program planning and meeting organization. Fifth is the membership strength. And the sixth one is the achievement recognition. So we have to discuss these points, and we will divide among ourselves to discuss these goals, keeping in meeting. I would also suggest everyone to discuss the goals, keeping in mind our hybrid presence also, as we have started doing our hybrid meetings. So please discuss all these points, keeping in mind the hybrid meeting setup as well. Now we will divide ourselves in the breakout rooms. So I hope, Lukesh sir, will you be able to do that?
How many rooms do I create?
We will divide ourselves in 3, 3, and 2. Or you could give me the co-host rights.
3 rooms, na?
Yes, 3 rooms.
Okay, first I will make you the co-host rights, then I will create the rooms. And then there will be 3 breakout rooms. We'll do assign manually. And do you need to name them? There is somebody called Nadeem Ahmed there. Or let's participant choose the room, right?
No, we would have to divide ourselves.
Yeah,
so you have given me the rights. Can I do that?
I have opened the rooms. Rights to मिल गया आपको ना co-host के.
Okay, then I would suggest what I have breakdown in the teams. So Toastmaster Deepthi, Toastmaster Diptendu, and Toastmaster Uma. You can join room number 1.
Okay. All right. I will join room number 1.
Deepthi should be in room number 1 or 2?
1.
Room number 1, assign room number 1.
And Toastmaster Uma.
Uma
Yes.
also room number 1.
And
The
what is
third?
it that we're going to discuss?
You would have to share the hangout like I shared in the EC group. You just have
Okay.
to discuss around that. The
Who's the
same
third one in
hangout.
the room?
Toastmaster Uma
Uma है, Deepti है, who's the third?
and Diptendu.
Deeptendu.
The Tendu seems has already joined. Breakout room 1.
Deeptendu already gone. You have 3 people there.
No, I'm here. Uma ma'am is also here.
Yes.
Can't we choose the random option and randomly people can be dropped off into the room?
चलो तीनों को भेज दिया. अब बताओ.
Okay, for the
आपके
second
पास
room,
नोटिफिकेशन आ गया होगा. या गई. Second room.
it was Toastmaster Lukesh, you, Toastmaster Luvina, and Toastmaster Renu.
रेनू लोविना को भेज के लास्ट में जाऊंगा. ठीक है.
Okay. Then you can
Fine.
send either Nadeem
या हम
or
तीनों इसी रूम में रह जाएंगे ना
Arjun.
फिर.
Yeah. Okay.
तो अभी
Maybe after
अर्जुन को
he's
भेज देता हूँ.
gone, Mehak, you can coordinate.
We would have to send one of the EC members to each of the rooms so that they could share the hangout that I've shared in the EC group.
तो
अर्जुन
रेनू को
will-
मैं डाल रहा हूँ रूम नंबर 2 में. रेनू
Okay.
और इनके साथ में एक नदीम को डाल दूं.
Okay.
नदीम रूम नंबर 2
Sir Lavina.
और लवीना रूम नंबर 2. ठीक है. अब हम बाकी 3 जने यहाँ रह जाएंगे.
रेनू मैम उनको भी निकाला.
रेनू को डाल दिया रूम नंबर 2 में मैंने.
ओके. एंड
उन्होंने
उमा
join
मैम ने
किया.
ज्वाइन नहीं करा.
उमा हैज नॉट येट जॉइन. उमा आपको आवाज आ रही है हमारी? उमा मेरे ख्याल से ना मेट्रो में ट्रैवल कर रही है क्योंकि वो 1:30 बजे निकली है मंडी हाउस से. ठीक है. अभी तो पहुंच जाना चाहिए था घर उनको.
तो फिर अर्जुन या तो तुम चले जाओ रूम नंबर 1 में, हम यहीं पे रहते हैं. ओके.
रूम नंबर 1 में मैं गया था. वापस कैसे ज्वाइन करें?
ज्वाइन का ऑप्शन आ रहा है नीचे ब्रेकआउट रूम्स में. तो उसमें से
हाँ
रुकेश आप
हाँ मैं जा रहा हूँ भाई.
हाँ इसको तो आ रहा है ना ऑलरेडी दिया.
मैं जा रहा हूँ.
ओके.
Mehak,
या
यस.
before we continue, so you have divided us into 2 groups or 3 groups?
Three groups and each of the EC members is there.
You have divided us into 3 groups, and
Three
there are 6 points in the MOT, right?
Yes.
So can you assign 2 MOT points to each group? Because not every group has to work out on all the points. So you can assign 2 points each to each of the 3 groups. अरे महक कहाँ चली? अच्छा रेनू चली गई. Okay. So maybe
Okay.
first room number 1 first 2 point, room number 2 next 2 point, and room number 3 last 2 points.
Okay. Should I write in the message in chat box?
If you write it
आएगा
in,
मुझे उन रूम में जाना पड़ेगा.
so I am in room 1. I can communicate it in room 1 that we have to discuss first 2 points. Between the two of you, who is going to go to room 2?
रूम 2 में मैं चला जाता हूँ.
Renu ma'am is there.
Oh,
Okay.
Renu is already
मैं
there.
आप चले जाओ. मैं आपको भेज देता हूँ. ठीक है.
ठीक है. Okay.
ठीक है. हाँ, and in room 3 we'll discuss the last 3
रूम
points.
3 हमारा ये
Sorry.
मेन रूम ही है. इसमें मैं और महक बैठे हुए हैं.
So ठीक है, you will discuss the last 2 points. Okay, so I will go back to the room 1 and we will discuss the first 2 points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
I'm waiting for you here.
I'm also going to the room 2. We'll tell them and then
तू पे
we'll come
जाके
here
वापस आ
again.
जाना. ठीक है.
ठीक है. Okay.
का तो बहुत रेयर है।
Alright, so recording has resumed. So
बाद में बात
back to Toastmasters.
करेंगे।
Renu ma'am, where are you sitting? Somewhere in Norway?
The Northern Lights.
Yes.
I'm in Istanbul.
Wonderful. Lokesh sir, have you been to Norway?
Yeah,
How is the country?
beautiful, but again, not very exciting if you are a person who loves crowd and inconsistencies and no scheduling. बोर हो जाओगे बहुत जल्दी वहाँ पे आप।
Interesting. So Meg, all of us are here.
Yes, all of us are here. So first, I think from group 1, you would like to present your report for the first 2 goals like you might have discussed.
Sure. So in group 1, it was Uma, Arjun, myself, and Dipti. Since you have that document.
Okay. Sure. So I will just share the document. Okay, so this is how we rated ourselves on the first 2 standards, which is first impressions and membership orientation. So first impressions deals with how do or what are we doing for the guests who join us, or probably the newest members in the club. And membership orientation is more about are we involving the newer members properly or not, and what are the standards that we are following. So this is how we rated ourselves. Now the top 2 points, if we were to bring out from both the categories, the first point from first impressions is that the guest book is something that we need to keep updated. I think Lokesh sir has created an online version, but it is not being regularly updated. We need to have that in place. So that's the point on the first impressions. Otherwise, we're fairly doing okay. And for membership orientation, the point is about mentorship. So although the few members have assigned members, but then these sessions are probably not happening regularly. And there are few other members who need mentors, especially the senior ones here. So that is the area that we need to work on, importantly. And yes, the other sub point in the membership orientation standard is that we need to work on educating our newer members about the pathways and so that they can make an informed and an intelligent decision on which pathway they can choose and start their journey of Toastmasters formally. So those are the 3 points, I should say, that have come out from the discussion of 2 standards. So any questions or any thoughts or anything that the other members feel we should have discussed? Okay, then back to you, Mehak.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti, for sharing this. So next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Renu to discuss the next 2 points. Should I share the screen?
Yeah, please do that. So we are here to talk about fellowship variety and communication, first of all. So the first point is guests greeted warmly and made welcome. See, I'll give a overall report for all these. Yes, we have been too good in that. What we have decided, we welcome the guests very warmly, and they are made comfortable, and the meetings are very enjoyable. We have been putting our best efforts to make them enjoyable educational meetings. We have been putting in more and more efforts for that, how to make more educational these ones. Like sometimes we're putting in stories, competitions, and some other things like book reviews we have been putting in. And regularly scheduled social. Oh, I have to tell you the marks also, no? So the first one, guest greeted. For this, we have given 4.5. Enjoyable and education meetings planned. We have given 4 marks in that. Regularly scheduled social events. We have given 3 marks in that because we have not been doing up to the mark, and there is a scope for more improvement in that. Members participate in area, district, and international events. Here also we have given 4 marks because a few members have been participating in the area and district level, but nobody has been able to reach to the international event. So we have to focus more on this. Inter-club events encouraged. We have not done any inter-club events till date, but yes, we have organized many inter-club meetings. So we are known to each other. We have talked to many clubs, and we have been knowing everybody, almost many people from the other clubs. So this is kind of something very inspirational. And for this, we have given 4 marks for club and area events, and inter-club organized, we have given 3.5 points. Club newsletter website published. No, we are really sorry to say we have not done anything to publicize our club newsletter. But yes, hopefully we'll be working on this as well. But some of our members, they have been taking part in the district newsletters, and they have published their articles like Toastmaster Uma and Toastmaster Mehak have done. So that is a very good effort by them. And so kudos to them. And the next part is, Mehak, can you please share? The next is program agenda publicized in advance. Yes, we have been doing very excellent in that. We have been exceptional in this. All the TMODs and all the VP education, they have been doing very well. They have been encouraging everybody to take the roles, and they share the agenda very far. Like they have been doing that. But yes, there is we can improve that, and at least 2 days prior to the meeting, we must publicize the agenda. And for this, we have given 5 marks to ourselves. Members know program responsibility. This is also where we have given 4.5, because members or everybody, all the role players who take the responsibility of doing the particular role. Yes, they know their responsibilities, and they put in their best excellent capabilities, and they perform very well they prepare accordingly, and they do their roles very well. for that, we have been given 4.5. And all projects are from pathways. So it's not necessarily that we have been doing, we have been moving according to the pathways always, because sometimes we program something different also, like we program the table topic sessions, the educational modules and all that. So for that, we have given 4 marks. Meetings begin and end on time. Here also we lack some time. So this is 4 marks only. Creative table topics. Yes, we have been very creative in the table topics and the other activities. So for this, we have given 5 marks. And positive and helpful evaluator. Yes, our evaluators are really doing very well job. And with their evaluation, they really help all the speakers to improve upon their speaking skills. So yes, we have done this also. So this was all from members retained. Meher, can you please share the screen properly?
Yes. Now should I continue with the
Yes,
membership
yes.
strength?
Yeah.
Okay. So now the next one was the membership strength. So for this, the first point is club has 20 or more members. So we have given and assigned 1 point to it, because during the chartering of the club, it was only at that time the members were 20 or more than that. And afterwards, we have never achieved this target. So we need to work upon this. We need to work very hard to at least achieve 20 members in this term. Next the members are retained. So I think that we are able to achieve this one, but we need to work hard for retaining the members. So we have given 3 points to this one. The next is promotion of club in the community or within its organization. So I think for this point, we are doing really well. We are promoting our club. We are doing different types of activities. We're doing book reviews, storytelling tips, and all the other things, so that we could publicize the club within the organization itself and obviously in the community when we are going for other events. So this is basically the PR activities that we are having. So I think we are good in terms of the PR activity. So we have given 5 points here. Club programs and club program varied and exciting. So we have given 4 points here, because I think we have been organizing different club programs and the meetings as well. Different meetings, different types of meetings, special table topic session. So we are able to achieve this target as well. Then Toastmasters sponsoring new members recognized. We have given 4 points to this also, because the new members, they are being recognized. We are creating posters for them to welcome them and welcoming them in the meeting itself. So I think we are also able to attain this target. Then last one is regular membership building programs. So we have given 2 marks to this, because we have never been able to organize a membership building program which would help to enhance the membership strength. So we might need to work upon this. We can have some special meetings so that we could tell them about the reasons for joining Toastmasters, or why a person should join Toastmaster, so that they could this is what basically the build up of the membership would happen. The next goal is achieving recognition. So the first point is award applications immediately submitted to world headquarters. So we have given 1 point to this one, because we were not able to I think we're not able to achieve this goal, that is the DCP goal. It's basically, so we are not able to send them or submit them to the world headquarters. So we need to work upon it. The second is progress chart displayed and maintained. So we have the progress charts that are being maintained regularly. That is the pathways and the programs that the pathways, the mentors who have been assigned. But we also need to make sure that we are able to send the certificates of the level completion to all the members, every level they have completed, so that they are being recognized. So we have given 2 points here. The next is member achievement formally recognized with ceremony. Here also we have given 2 points, because I don't think so there is any ceremony which we are taking place for the member to recognize the member. For example, if the member has achieved some of the goals, maybe has achieved the target of completing 4 to 5 levels in the pathway, so there should be a ceremony to recognize him with some of the gift or with the ceremony itself. So we have given 2 points here. club, district, and international regions recognized. I think for the club and district, they are well recognized, but for the international, we have not, I think, gone so far. So for the club and the district, as it is recognized, so we have here given 3 points. Club and member achievements publicized. I think this one is also, we are able to achieve this as well. As Toastmaster Renu said, that there were the new newsletters, some of the articles have been published from our club. So I think we are able to achieve this target. So we have assigned 3 points here. And the last one is DCP is used for planning and recognition. So this DCP goals, we have been working really hard this time to achieve the DCP goals in this term. And I think that we have already achieved 3 to 4 goals in the DCP. And in the upcoming time, we might also be able to achieve the 5th and the 6th goal. So we are going well in terms of DCP. So I think we have assigned 3 points to this as well. So this was our report. And if there's any questions of the guests or the members, you are free to ask. Now, I would request that all the teams that you have maintained the report, you can share that to me in my personal chat, where I will collect all the data and will share with you the final result of this MOK.
So Mehak, should we write down the main observations also? We'll send the score and write down the main observations.
Yes, you can write down that.
Post this meeting, right?
Yes, post this meeting. So with this, I think we officially end our Moments of Truth session. I hope that everyone was engaged in this session, and the guests, mainly for the guests, they were able to see like how the Moments of Truth is being conducted, and they are able to present their views and the feedback about the club. Now, I think we will meet at after 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Let's make it 4:40 then, and we can start our official club meeting, the book review session by Toastmaster Arjun.
Yeah.
I had the experience that what is this guy writing, man? Like how are these two words in the same sentence? And I just read through it on my mobile phone throughout for 1 or 2 hours, and I thought I had reached the end of the book, and I was so excited. Oh wow, the book is over, because he justified the title, The Straw Dogs, and he came to the part where he explained what straw dogs were. Straw dogs are exactly some kind of African rituals that they use in their worship of nature, where they make dogs out of straw. And while the puja or the ritual is going on, the straw dogs are treated as though they are gods, as though they are the most divine and sacred beings of all. And as soon as the ritual is over, they're just discarded. And the author was saying that humans are just the straw dogs of nature. And reading this sentence just blew my mind. This book introduces itself as something that questions the assumptions of thinking people, the unthinking assumptions of thinking people. Like we as humans have a lot of delusions about ourselves, which help us to live our life, no doubt. But it is important for some people to understand that they are delusions also. For example, so in this book, this is too vast. So in this book, I have categorized his 4 main themes that I found to be very interesting about the primacy of science and the value of science, where we all think that science is the one that is going to lead humanity to the light, that it is what is going to rescue us from our predicaments or problems, and that as humanity, we should control it so that it doesn't get used as a bad influence or a destructive influence. To this, he will say that, you know what, technology or science is not really something that we developed. It is something that has happened to us, and we cannot really control it because it's just an event. And he just goes on into much more detail about how all this is. He just compares even our own human bodies to just the technology. that we are just technology of the bacteria or the DNA to reproduce itself. And so technology is not like we are not the only ones who invented technology. Like ants have technology, bees have technology, like cities we may think they are artificial. uh, Bees also have cities, like honeycombs, they are like proper cities. So how can you call cities artificial? Or you may think that farming or agriculture is artificial, but then ants also do farming, like they cultivate fungi. They bring food from outside, they plant it in their ant hills, and they cultivate fungi and then they eat it. And so he then like, so this is the first thing, like science. So he just really breaks it down. Second thing, humanism. He attacks, he has a lot of problems with the what he calls the doctrine of humanism, which I found to be hilarious, because we all take this to be as self-evident that humanity is like one thing, right? Like we like to think in terms of collective, but in the book he really breaks this down step by step through philosophers throughout the ages, from Plato to Socrates to Nietzsche to Wittgenstein and all these other people. He just tells you about how humanity is not does not really exist, about how humans are just people, and we are not even really that different from animals, actually. Because if we think about why we do the things we do, we may think that we are moral or we are ethical, but any little bit of scrutiny that you put to your morals or ethicals, and it breaks down pretty easily. The third point that he brings up is about how anytime that we try to do something explicitly moral, that has always led to mass murder in some way. Like anytime you try to improve society, genocide has happened. Like this part I cannot digest a lot, but it is there. Again, I'm not saying that I agree with everything he says, but I this is still a very thought-provoking book. And the fourth point that he makes is that we take refuge in action. We think that we all must do things. We all will get rescued by action. And in this book, this presents the thought that maybe that is the wrong way to look at things. Maybe the notion of our ancient philosophers, that maybe we should just try to see things more clearly and not try to do things. So these are the four important aspects that I found to be very valuable while reading this book. But for now, I think we will move on to the next section of our meeting, which is the
Table
general
topic.
the table topic. But before that, I'd like to call the general evaluator onto the stage.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Arjun. So, greetings everyone. I am the general evaluator for the meeting. So, as a general evaluator, first I would like to define my role. As a general evaluator, I will conduct the evaluation portion of the meeting, and I will be calling upon a team that is there to assist me for giving feedback. For the team is consists of tag team players and an active listener. So first, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Deepti, the timer for the meeting, to introduce her role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek. So I'm the timer for today, and since we only have the table topic section, so I will be evaluating, or rather recording, the time for the table topic speakers. So any table topic speaker speaks for 1 to 2 minutes, and I will be giving cues using the color codes, which will change in my background. So when you're speaking as a table topic speaker, at 1 minute after you have spoken, I will show a green background. At 1.5 minutes, I'll show it as a yellow colored background. And at 2 minutes, I will show it as a red background. The red color will remain until you stop speaking. And remember that you have a grace of 30 seconds on the upper side, which means that you can speak up to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And that's perfectly fine. Okay. That is, and I'll present my timing report at the end when I'm called by the GE again. So thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Mehek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti. Next, we have Toastmaster Diptendu. to introduce his role as a grammarian for the day.
Good evening, everyone. Today I am playing the role of grammarian, and as the grammarian of today's meeting, I will look at the finesse, the properness with which you use in English language. And grammar is nothing but the rules that you need to follow while speaking. And if we tinker with the rules, or if we are not good with the rules, it can make it very difficult to understand whatever message we are trying to convey. For example, I attend Toastmasters meeting. I attend Toastmasters meeting. This statement does not convey any fruitful information. It could have been, I attended Toastmasters meeting in the past. I will attend Toastmasters meeting in the future. Or I am attending Toastmasters meeting right now. So this is how, through proper use of tenses, through proper formation of words, by adhering to the rules of grammar, we make our speech more understandable for our audience. So I will look at how well are the speakers following the rules of English grammar in today's meeting. The word of the day is extrapolate, and it is mentioned on the chat. I will send it again. The word extrapolate means extend the application of a method or conclusion to an unknown situation by assuming that existing trends will continue or similar methods will be applicable in some other scenario as well. So let us look at a few examples. The results cannot be extrapolated to other patient groups. Another example is the figures were extrapolated from past trends. Yet another example would be the low temperature results can be extrapolated to room temperature. I encourage you all to use the word of the day, extrapolate. With that, I hand it back to Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Diprendu, for explaining your role so well. Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Lavina, the active listener for the day, to introduce her role. Toastmaster Lavina. Lavina, are you there with us? I guess she's facing some network issues. So let's move on to Toastmaster Deepti, the R counter, to explain her role.
Thank you once again, Toastmaster Meher. So I am also playing the role of an R counter today. And as an R counter, I will be recording the crutch words that we use while we are speaking. Now, what do these crutch words mean? Basically, they mean the filler words that we tend to use often. Okay, so actually, basically, like, and. So these are the filler words that we use to process our thoughts and take time in speaking. So those are the kind of filler words that I'll be recording. I'll also be recording the pauses that we use, short and long pauses, and then repeated words. So many a times we tend to use or overuse the same word. For example, like, and. So these are the kind of words that I'll be recording. And of course, the crutch words also include ahs and So many a times, like you would have noticed, I also used while I was introducing myself just now. So that is what my job is to do in today's meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster Meher.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti. Now, in Toastmaster Lavina, would you like to introduce your role as an active listener?
Yes, thank you. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guest, being a good listener is just as important as being a good speaker. Personally, I feel listening is synonymous to learning. Even in a trivial conversation with our neighbors, we tend to speak more, but I think we should be listening in order to learn more about the person. As an active listener, I will note down interesting tidbits of information of any and all of the speakers. At the end of the meeting, I will be putting forward some questions to make sure that everybody was paying attention. Back to you, Madam President.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lavina. Please give a round of applause for her because she's also performing this role for the first time.
Thank you.
So with this, I will present the overall report of the meeting towards the end in the general evaluation session. Thank you so much, everyone. Back to you, Toastmaster Arjun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. What is the point of philosophy? Like in the old times, people used to say that the point of philosophy is to teach you how to live. But in the modern times, nobody really says that. Why do people like Acharya Prashant or Sadhguru or Jay Shetty and all these people, what do they claim to be giving to people? Are they giving people the truth? Maybe. Are they teaching people how to live? Maybe. But what they are actually telling people is how to find happiness, like how to have peace of mind, because everybody wants that whole old cliche, mahal ke sukh ashram ki shanti, which you cannot really, like in English that would mean the pleasures of the palace and the peace of the monastery, but that does not really happen. Like it has been the observation throughout the eons that civilization that it's not really going to happen. So it's like if peace of mind is so important, then what makes it such a grand or noble goal? Is it really that grand or noble of a goal? This book really makes you question that, because we take it as a given that yes, peace of mind, definitely you should be doing whatever you want for the peace of mind. But why do you need philosophy for that? Why do you need science for that? If peace of mind is all that is necessary, then why not mythology? Why not old faith-based religions? What is wrong with that? So it just makes you question all these things. As I speak to you, I understand that this is very interesting to me, but it is not very interesting to others. So I'll like wrap it up quickly. I can feel like I have the comedian's instinct. I can feel when an audience I'm losing an audience. So I think we just go on to the table topic section, and the table topics master for today is Toastmaster Lokesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arjun, for a wonderful session on stray dogs. Not to extrapolate what you have been telling us about the book, I would like you guys to think deeply on this very important topic, especially in the Indian context, of the plight of stray dogs, how beautiful the future of these stray dogs can be if certain actions by the government and by the public can be done. And not to talk more about those views, I have very deep views about it. Let me ask some questions to our table topic speakers, giving them 2 minutes to speak. And those answers will be more or less my opinion. Who would like to volunteer on the first question? Raise your hands by the emoji mode or by just raising your hand like that. Okay, Uma.
Yes, please.
Interesting. So Uma, I'll give you a question, then 30 seconds for you to prepare. Ideally, we should not give you, but since you're a new member, you can take this privilege of forming your opinion about it. And just a disclaimer, please do not extrapolate any view given by the speaker towards your opinion about this very serious subject which is plaguing our society. Uma, your question is, what is the first thought that comes to your mind if you watch stray dogs on the street? What is the first thought that comes in your mind when you watch some stray dogs in the street? The podium is yours. 30 seconds to think.
I think if somebody asks me, do you want to relive your life? I would say yes. I want to start again and start living for stray dogs, because I feel they are the purest form of any relationship. They are the best friends for humans from ever since we know, when we started human life, when this human existence was there, we were together, helping each other, and I think I messed up again. So they need to be fed and kept properly. Every household should own at least a dog from their streets and look after them, take good care of them, take them to proper doctor, treat them well. That's what I would like to do it for them. And probably if I had another chance to live, I would be the voluntarily service provider for this kind of help to them, because nobody is looking after them. Though people are there, but I think nobody is controlling their growth. That's the reason they are not looked after, because the number of people looking after them are not compared to what their production rate is. So I feel they need more attention than what we are offering them. Thanks. That's it.
Great, great, Uma. Thank you so much for giving us that insight. We have heard of a lot of negative news recently, as well as always in the past, about some stray dog mewling a boy, a pit bull killed a small child. Let us, and my request to everyone here is, let us not extrapolate those opinions. They are very, very minor incidents in the entire ecosystem where these dogs are living. If I'm talking about maybe 0.001% in the whole scenario. Again, so my second question, and I would like to again have somebody as volunteer who would like to talk about the second question. Okay, Lovina. Lovina, the question, and as we said, you will get 30 seconds to prepare. You're also a new member. I will not give this leverage to the experienced members who are coming up now. For you, 30 seconds to be there to prepare. Can you suggest some ways of keeping the stray dogs under check as a government? Can you suggest some ways of keeping stray dogs under control as a government? Your stage is yours, 30 seconds to prepare. I'll pin deeply because your video is off, so can't highlight you.
Okay, I'll start. In my opinion, as far as stray dogs and their ruining condition is concerned, if I were the government, I would implement two small steps, probably. So I would, I would make sure make some kind of a midday meal facility for the stray dogs, wherein a government staff, just like the midday meal situation that is in progress around the government schools. If there could be something that could be planned and implemented for the dogs, for the stray dogs, that would be the first suggestion from me. And secondly, I think from the perspective of the vaccination and the medical care, there could be a monthly round of health checks that could be aimed to do a regular checkup for the dogs, wherein the dogs could be marked and proper vaccination could be recorded for them and arranged for them. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lovina, for your thoughts. Interesting. So I will come back to now the experienced Toastmasters. Toastmaster Renu, do we have Nadeem here still? Nadeem, are you audible? Okay. Nadeem, maybe you will be the next. So Toastmaster Renu, are you ready?
Yeah,
And there will be no 30 seconds for you.
okay.
All right. What ways do you suggest to control or not control, to improve the life of these stray animals, and not dogs only, stray animals, as a citizen?
Hello, everyone. I think this question is just similar to the past question only. There, I think so the involvement was the government involvement, but here you have asked the question as a participation of a citizen. Yes, we can do a lot about the stray animals taking care. For example, we have near my house only, there is a Sanjay Gandhi hospital that is for animals. So whenever we see any stray animal, for cows, anybody hurt, any animal hurt, so we can immediately send news to them. We can inform those people so that they can send their vehicles and they can take the stray dogs to their hospitals immediately. And they are where they can be taken good care of. And secondly, yes, if something of this kind is not available in the vicinity, we ourselves can take we can make some procedure. We can make some sort of arrangement so that we ourselves can take the hurt animals, injured animals to the nearest vet so that they can also be helped properly. Also, we can, as a citizen in the society also, we can put up a small kind of organization, or we can start some small type of club where we all can contribute, and we can for the treatment of these kind of stray animals. Because whenever you are on the roads, we can see there are so many injured people, injured animals. So yes, the funds should be ready, and like-minded people, they should contribute to this kind of organization where we can do something to help these animals. And that's it, I suppose. Over to you.
Great. Thank you so much, Ms. Uma, Ms. Renu, for Toastmaster Renu, for giving us some insight as a citizen. I hope you have been keeping a watch of the timer.
Yes.
All right. So Nadeem, are you ready? Are you still here, or should I give it to an experienced person? Okay. So we'll come back to Toastmaster Mehak now. Mehak, the question for you, and there will be no 30 seconds for you. The stray dogs or stray animals, including cats, do you think having an old age home, just like we have as humans, or an abandoned place, which is just we have cattle shelters, do such shelters or old age homes for stray animals can help us improve the life of these stray animals?
Thank
I'll
you so
repeat the
much.
questions. Shelters or old age homes for stray animals, can they improve the life of these stray animals in a society? That's the better way of putting it.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lukesh, for giving this important topic. I believe that there are stray animals everywhere because we have seen them in our residence area, in our colonies, and they're not getting help during any of the times. There was a shocking experience which happened past few years where there was a dog who somehow he got up inside the car and he was being trapped inside the car and the below the area and he was being trapped inside the car and half he was out. So every night he used to cry. We all felt very bad for him. We used to look from the window that he was crying all over the night and we were not able to sleep. We were being disturbed over the day. He used to cry for help, but there was no help which was being provided to him. This happened about 3 years back, and for the 2 days, for the 2 whole days, he was being trapped inside that kind of, it was kind of a pitch or something, patch of something which was being created due to the car. So, but after 2 days, the crying of the dog stopped, and suddenly we were like that. What has happened? The dog has stopped crying and he's not crying now. So this means that something has happened to the dog. The owner of the car was not able to move the car because the car was not working. So he was trapped inside. Then there were some people were called and when the dog was rescued, we came to know that the dog was dead. So this was a very shocking experience. And what they did, the other shocking thing was that they just were how they put a rope in the dog's neck and they pulled the dog out of that area. And because of that, the dog died. Not because he was being trapped in the car, but because they had pulled him out of that rope. So that was quite shocking for all of us to see that happening live in front of your eyes. So I think that these shelter homes would definitely help them to provide a safe environment so that they could live there. Instead of roaming in the streets, they were not getting food or something else. There should be shelter homes so that they could live there peacefully and happily. Back to you, Toastmaster Lukesh.
Great insight, Toastmaster Mehak. Now the tough two questions, and I will be giving them to two experienced Toastmasters here. Nadeem, if you are ready, you can still participate, although we still have. How much time do we have now, timer? You're at 5:12.
Yeah, so we can take one more topic.
One more. So I'll give it to Toastmaster, an experienced Toastmaster, Deeptendu. What are the ills which you see? And I'm talking about the opposite side of what we have been discussing today. Giving you it, making you the devil's eye. What are the ills do you see in the society if we do not address the stray animal issue in us, around us? What are the ills?
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master. The most dangerous animal on this planet are the ones who are in this meeting right now, that is human beings. Stray dogs, they didn't choose to be there. It is just by default that there are animals, dogs, cats, even cattle on our roads and in our residential areas and everywhere else. The ills in the society because of stray dogs are actually the ills that are there in us human beings. And I think over the past few years, I have started guessing that which human being has a good and satisfying family life or is emotionally stable, and which human being is emotionally dissatisfied just by the way they treat dogs. We know that dogs are very caring and affectionate. They wag their tails, they come to you, they lick you. When you offer them something, when you offer them maybe milk or biscuits or something to eat. And I see that many people have started the practice of feeding stray dogs. All the while, it might seem that they are being sensitive towards stray dogs, but their apathy towards fellow human being is equally visible. And when you ask them or request them to not feed stray dogs, or just feed them in a way that it does not get in the way of, say, an entrance exit of a park, or not in the middle of the road, then you see the kind of violent reactions and rude reactions that you get, which tells me that something is not right, that they are not just being sensitive towards stray dogs. Because if you are sensitive towards stray dogs, why wouldn't you be sensitive towards fellow human beings? So when we see stray dogs on road, and what if there are people who are hitting stones at stray dogs, and just getting pleasure out of the scared dog who barks, and just getting pleasure out of that, that also hints towards an ill. So Toastmaster Lokesh, these stray dogs can actually help us identify people who are in need of some sort of emotional support, and that is the only ill that we can think of. Thank you very much.
Great thought. Thank you, Toastmaster Dityendu. Which I have very short time, so we'll be wrapping it up. Sorry, Arjun, for keeping you away, and Nadeem never volunteered. And I would give you back the stage, Toastmaster Arjun.
Yes. I'm going to do the table topic I was going to do anyway, uh, because the book review is gone. So now, I used to be a dog lover myself, a big dog lover, but till I became a motorcyclist. Okay, and that too, riding on the state highways in interior rural Vishakhapatnam. You can be as liberal as you want towards dogs, but when you ride in these almost like semi-rural or rural roads, and you see a dog in the middle of the road, it's a big highway. Okay, and you see a dog about half a kilometer away, and you try to be neutral, you try to be very fair and non-discriminatory, you try to be like a good person. You think, you know what, this dog is going to stay there, I'm going my road, this dog is going to stay in the middle of the road, and there is no way I should not even think about slowing down. Okay, like who are you, you doggist, you who treats every dog based on all the past every dog is its own unique person. Okay. Okay, you should not let your past experiences with bad dogs pollute the experience of this new dog. And so you decide, you're not going to let go of the throttle, you're just going to like stay at your normal speed, and the dog is just going to stay in the middle of the road, and we're going to go through, and this will all be normal. It's a normal, healthy, psychological animal. And then the distance starts reducing, 500 meters, 300 meters, 200 meters, and so far the dog has rewarded your faith. But as soon as you reach 50 meters, at that moment the dog gets up. He realizes a divine purpose in its life, that somehow at this very moment the heavens have commanded him that he must cross the street at this very moment, because he has to set the local record for the Olympic triple jump in front of your bike and get to the other side of the road at this very instance. And then he just like starts running, and some of his friends are in the bushes cheering him on, singing the song Ab tu bhag milka. And then he takes 2 steps forwards, and then on the second step it realizes, that it misjudged, like the bike was coming too fast, it started too late, and that it's not going to make it. And then it turns from Milkha Singh, the dog that can conquer anything, to Tommy, the dog that its mother raised. Just like how it's all self-created. And so I have seen so many people just riding beside me who have fallen down because of such dogs. Like we were both riding side by side, and a dog came, and I survived, and that person fell down. I saw this one like Royal Enfield guy with a very like good livery and everything, and half a kilometer later he has fallen down. The dog is dying. Okay, the dog has like blood coming out of his mouth and everything, but this guy's wrist is broken, hands are broken. And so I have to say that I have become a dogist. I look at all dogs the same way. I judge them. I have very strong prejudices against dogs. I cannot. I have strong feelings about them. With that, I think we'll go to the general evaluation section of this meeting, and for that, I would like to call upon the general evaluator for today's meeting, Toastmaster Mehak.
Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster Arjun. So as we're going to start with the general evaluation session, first I would like to invite Toastmaster Deepti to present her report as a timer for the meeting.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. I will share my screen to show the detailed time. If you can see, these are the different table topic speakers today. So Toastmaster Uma took 2 minutes 23 seconds. Toastmaster Lavina took 1 minute 30 seconds. That 0.5 is for the 30 indicator. Toastmaster Renu took 1 minute 33 seconds. Mehak took 2 minutes 34 seconds, and Diptendu took 2 minutes 23 seconds. And so well done. Everybody is well within time. Mehak, a crisper conclusion or summary would put you well within the time. So you shot over by 4.04 seconds. And that's about it. Back to you, Toastmaster Mehak.
Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti. Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Diptendu to present his reports as the grammarian.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. So, as the grammarian of the day, I observed all the speakers who spoke today. First of all, I would like to give a shout out to Toastmaster Lokesh, who used the word of the day extrapolate multiple times. So, let us give him a big round of applause. Not only did he use the word of the day, but it was used appropriately every single time. So, that is a cherry on top of the cake. But I would suggest Toastmaster Lokesh to come up with crisp and short table topics rather than constructing sentences on the spot. And that would be helpful not just for the role of the table topic speaker, but for the audiences and for the members who are attempting the topic as well. Moving on to Toastmaster Uma. So I observed one fumble from Toastmaster Uma. She was trying to construct a sentence with ever since, and then she could not think of how should she complete the sentence. And it is a very common happenings that many speakers encounter. So ever since, instead of ever since, she could have used since time immemorial. This is a very common phrase. She could have also used since last 1000 days, or since past 1000 years, or since thousands of years, based on the topic or sentence that she was talking about. But I did notice that many a times we start speaking a sentence and we then tie ourselves in knots, and we are not able to figure out how do we complete our sentence. That's completely fine. That is what we practice here at Toastmasters. As far as Toastmaster Renu is concerned, I noticed that at the beginning of her speech, she said something like stray animals taking care. Instead of that, she could have said to take care of stray animals. At the end of the speech, she said, that's it, I suppose. Well, she could have ended with a standard sentence like, with that I hand it back to the table topics master. With that I rest my case. That is all I have to say about the topic, rather than saying, that's it, I suppose. Moving on to Toastmaster Mehak, a few examples that I could see which can be improved in our residence areas can be in residential areas. He was being trapped inside the car. Could have been he was trapped inside the car. Crying all over the night could have been crying through the night. And all the other speakers were quite good with their use of English grammar rules. So this was my report, and with this I hand over the stage back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Diptendu, for such detailed report. Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Lavina, the active listener for the day.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. I have a few questions for the audience now. Going ahead, I have multiple questions, but I will start with a very simple one. So going back to the portion where we were listening to Toastmaster Arjun, the Toastmaster of the day. So the question is, what is the kind of farming done by ants? Yes, I don't see any waste. Can somebody guess or volunteer to answer?
Could you please repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. What is the kind of farming done by the ants?
And fungi, growing fungi, and then
Yeah, correct. Correct. So the second one, so this is also around TMOD's book review portion. So the question is, what were the idols of dogs made of in the African rituals? What were they made of? The dog idols that were worshipped, what were they made of?
straw.
Sorry, come again.
The question is, what were the dogs made of, right?
Hmm.
Right.
Straw. Yeah, straw.
Yeah. Yeah, the next one is if you could tell one of the suggestions from Renu Ma'am's table topic speech. So Renu Ma'am was presented with a topic around the condition of the stray animals, and she was supposed to be giving suggestion as a citizen. So I want to know one of the suggestions from that speech.
May I?
I don't think that would be a good idea. But yeah, if there is no one else.
We can start up a club, or we can start up some institute or something like organization to help the stray animals in our residential areas, near in our RWAs and all that. We can put in our money, something like, so that they can be handy for the treatment.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you. Moving on. The next question is from Uma Ma'am's speech. So she mentioned that she mentioned something about a river. I want to know what she wanted to be in her river. So what she wanted to be if she was ever reborn.
Someone who helps stray dogs as a volunteer.
Yeah,
Who's
volunteer. Yeah, volunteer.
Lavina, can we have just one last question, please?
Yeah, just one last question. So this is around Toastmasters Deep Tembu's DD speech. So he mentioned about the most dangerous animal. So I would want to know what which is the most dangerous animal in the planet. Sorry, on the planet.
Has to be people in the meeting room.
Yeah, humans. Yeah. With that, I close the section and back to you, Toastmaster.
Yes, thank you so much, Toastmaster Lavina, for conducting such a well-organized, active listening session. Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Deepti to present her report as an outcome.
Okay, thank you, Madam General Evaluator. So I think we should all applaud Toastmaster Diptendu and Toastmaster Lokesh for having a flawless speaking time today. So congratulations. Well, but that doesn't mean that the others who are making flaws are not up to the mark. The point is that the more you speak, the more flaws you make, and the more scope of improvement you have. So, including me. And if I go by person, so then Toastmaster Lavina used pauses in her table topics, which is perfectly okay. And she also used some repeated words. So just take note of the words, the kind of words that you reuse or tend to use more often than not. Toastmaster Uma used very long pauses. What I'd suggest is keep going. Toastmaster Uma, do not pause and think. You can slow down the speed of speech, is what my suggestion to you is. Apart from that, Arjun, you are the Toastmaster of Day, so you have a lot to speak today, and that is the reason why there are pauses and there are some repetitive words, but that's fine, and we totally understand. Toastmaster Mehek, yes, there were a couple of pauses and repetitive words that were used while you were delivering your table topic. Toastmaster Renu, you were close to being perfect. You are close to being perfect always, except the fact that you tend to repeat few words. So just like to bring that to your notice. So with that, I end my counter report. So before I leave the virtual podium, I'd like to say that do speak. The more you speak, the better we'll get at it, or you'll get at it. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepthi, for your effective report. Next, I would like to invite Toastmaster Renu for the table topics evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek. So today I'm the Toastmaster evaluating all the table topic speakers. So first of all, I would like to start with the table topic master, Toastmaster Lokesh. So nobody evaluates the Toastmaster, table topic master. So I thought, okay, let me say something about him also, because he also has done such a wonderful job. So table topic master Lokesh, it was a very well conducted session, very new and creative way of putting up questions in the form of table topics. And everybody really thoroughly enjoyed it. And the topic was one only actually, about the stray animals. But you had experimented by asking different questions to everybody. This shows your concern, how you want to take care of the stray animals, how far you want to go to take care of them. It was really good. And what I really liked about you was something new that you added today was a good point. No 30 seconds for the Toastmaster who are experienced. So that was something we can look forward to. Always we can add this thing. It was really good. One suggestion for you can be, your topic was good, very good actually. But I would like to suggest, like, we should not ask about the government's involvement. As a citizen or as a person, as a human being, that is okay, because we have to refrain ourselves talking about politics and all that. So you could have not, you should have avoided this kind of topic. Otherwise, all was very excellent. So I start my evaluation with the first speaker of the day today, table topic speaker, Toastmaster Uma. Your topic was, what do you think when you see a stray animal on the road? You were really good enough to put your thoughts in an emotional way. And you kept going with one idea after the other idea. Only suggestion for you was, like, you took long pauses in between, and that is perfectly all right, actually. I have been in the Toastmasters for many years. Even then, I stuck up so many times in the table topic session. So that is absolutely okay. Practice makes a man going. So you fumbled also, and that everybody does. So that is not to worry. And it was a very good speech by you. So very nice. Second was Lovina. Lovina, though I really liked every point of yours, but the best part of your speech was that since Toastmaster TTM asked you a question, and you made it a point to answer them in the points, so that it can be very easily understandable also and relatable also, like a good teacher. Okay, this should be done in this way, this way, this way. So it was a very nice way of making us understand. Like you said, in numbers, like you can help the stray dogs, but the government can do that by providing midday meals. By second point is by conducting regular health checkups, vaccination, etc. So this was really good. Like if somebody is asking us questions, so we should make it enough points. The third was I only. So as a citizen, what I can do for the help of the stray animals. Though I try to speak my mind, but put forth my insights about that thing, how setting up a club for the stray animals and the injured ones can help us, can help them, can be beneficial for the society. But I know my flaws also. Like I always need to work a lot on my spoken skills. I have to think, I have to improve so much on how to think on my feet and then speak. So yes, I was not up to the mark. Next was Toastmaster Mehak. You were flawless, simply. You really framed a story immediately. I don't know whether it was a real story, but it really, you made it look like a real story, real incident, how a stray animal, because of the negligence of the citizen, of the nearby people, had to suffer a lot. So it was really good. And trust me, when a topic is given to you and you are immediately, you have to think on that, immediately recollecting those memories or all these things. Now it really needs a good, it shows how intelligent, how intellectual you are, how you can think on feet immediately. So it was all good and you really spoke very well. And now coming to the last, our Toastmaster Deeptendu. So I don't think so. I need to repeat one thing all the time. You are too good, you are excellent and all that. You have come above that. Yeah, like you have crossed that level and I don't like repeating the same words for you. What I feel about you is not only words speak, actually the whole body language. That also going with flow. Your eyes, your way of speaking, your pauses, you're putting up questions, your impressive tone, voice modulation, or whatever, like you were excellent as usual. So don't be so happy because it is something usual thing for you and for us as well. So, but one thing for all the table topic speakers would be, yeah, this was really a wonderful session. And if we'll keep on practicing this way, so one day will come, we might think of reaching to Toastmaster Deeptendu's level. And one thing I would like to ask whether Toastmaster Arjun, but because he was also speaking on the same topic, I suppose. I don't think so. He was a table topic speaker, right? I have a doubt in that.
You can consider it as a table topic and review.
Okay. You want to listen to your, intelligent points and all that. So Arjun, I must say, because I have been seeing you from the beginning of for so many months. And I still remember the day when you were giving your speeches and all that. You were delivering and you used to speak so fast. And we always used to tell you, please sort of please slow down a little bit. And now you have reformed so well. Oh my God, you are too excellent now. You know how your body should speak, your eyes should speak, your everything. Everything you have worked upon a lot. You have polished every skill of yours and you have made a small topic interesting, not only to listen, but to watch. It was like a movie going on. You are playing, you are enacting something. So it was you and Deeptendu. We got to learn a lot from you people. I would suggest one thing, a very, very genuine opinion from my side is this. Why don't you people try your luck in the movies also? You will really do wonders. Not only in speaking, you can enact also. So that was all from my side. You all have been, it was this absolutely fabulous table topic session. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Renu. That was really detailed and an effective report for every one of us. And I will make sure, I think everyone will make sure to improve upon ourselves and the points that you gave us as the feedback. So with this, I would like to present my report as a general evaluator. So first, the meeting started at 3:40. So I think we were 10 minutes late from the scheduled time. We could work upon that, but it was a table topic session and the book review. So we are able to manage it accordingly. But next time when there is an official meeting, I think we can start 15 minutes before we can open the meeting room so that we can have all the glitches solved at that time itself. The MOT session was conducted. Next, we had the book review by Arjun, and he very well talked about the book. He gave us the philosophies about the book. I think that were really great so that we can apply in a real life as well. Next, the table topic session was conducted and the Toastmaster Lokesh, I think you did a fabulous job. You invited everyone, invited the guest and make sure that everyone has to speak the table topics. Just a suggestion that the topics could have been a little smaller topics, not the long ones. You could have reframed them in the shorter tone so that it could easily be understandable by the audience. And other than that, I think there was some disturbance during the meeting. So I think that that could be avoided so that we could have a smooth presence of every member and we could listen everyone effectively. So this was my report as the general evaluator, and I hope that we will improve upon ourselves from next time. Next, I would like to hand over the stage back to Toastmaster Arjun.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. I'll quickly summarize. Would I recommend that you read this book, Straw Dogs by John Gray? Yes. Cons, it is kind of, it can promote 1 or 2 days of nihilism where you feel like nothing means anything. It does have a very annoying for some people who don't like a very Trump-quick, like assertive kind of style. It is not good. It does have an element of cynicism where he makes some statements like environmental degradation is a result of human nature and that we cannot do anything about it. He promotes the Gaia theory, where it says that Mother Nature created humans to do whatever imbalance we are doing. So maybe we should not think in terms that we will disturb the balance, because if we disturb it too much, Mother Nature will like eliminate us anyway. So we should not care about it. So he promotes that kind of cynicism. He also says genocide is part and parcel of humanity as much as art and science, which you can agree or disagree with. I happen to kind of agree with him, but such things should not be spoken of loudly. Progress is simply a myth, he says, giving all kinds of other reasons. The prose of this book, this is one of the few, maybe the only philosophy book which you can read from start to finish and you can actually understand what he's talking about. Okay, this is not an academic book at all. It is like, I think it is the best philosophy, I think the best philosophy book, modern philosophy ever written. Some of the sentences that are there are so thought-provoking. They'll not only serve as good table topics, they'll just serve as good what I've done is I just keep this small notebook and I write like one sentence in the middle. And since I'm going on a Mumbai locals nowadays, I'll just review it, and whatever thoughts that sentence provokes, I'll just keep writing it, because those are like worth thinking about. Like some of the sentences, like for example, sentences like, our lives are more like fragmentary dreams rather than the enactments of conscious selves. Okay, there are a lot of sentences like that. It is very thrilling to read. Like the first time I said, I found it to be thrilling, and it is iconoclastic in the truest sense of the word. And iconoclast means somebody of the monotheistic faiths or Abrahamic faiths coming to a polytheistic faith and destroying all the temples and destroying all the polytheistic idols and everything. Like this book will destroy all of your idols that you have in your mind, if any. So this is, I like it for that reason, because it makes you question the hidden assumptions underlying many things. That's it for my book report. This has been a lovely meeting. Thanks for listening to me and tolerating my rambling about this book. With that, I'll hand over the stage to myself, the SAR, or the presiding officer. Presiding officer, Toastmaster Mike, to call up to end the meeting.
And launching the polls.
Oh, launching the poll.
Which poll should go first?
Any.
Okay. Can you see, guys, the polls?
Though this is not a poll, Lokesh.
No?
I don't think we can. Is this a poll? I don't see it in the form of a poll. I see the results.
No, that's because you are
I
probably the co-host.
co-host, yes.
Okay.
So, Lokesh sir, you can remove access for all co-hosts.
Is it necessary? Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so then you guys can co-host can DM their
I do see two people have not voted yet.
yes.
And I can't vote, right?
You should actually write your vote before seeing the results because you have to vote as a member.
I'm ending the poll now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Actually, 7 to 7 have already ended. So clear winner is. Do you want to announce it now?
Presiding officer. So you will
Presiding officer,
text
okay.
her. Yes, you'll text the winner
Next
to.
poll.
Nick.
Next poll is here. One more vote to go. Okay, everybody is here. Okay. How do we share the results?
No,
We can do it later. I know the numbers. Third poll. Best table topic speakers. Guys, please vote. Two more votes to go. One more to go. I will close the voting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We also have a clear winner here. Okay. So who do I send these results?
Yeah, you can just send in the chat box to me.
Okay.
Till we are collecting the result, let's take the feedback from the guests. So Toastmaster guest Nadeem, so would you like to give a feedback about the meeting?
Yeah, hello. So basically, yes, the meeting was fabulous, and the topics and the content which I always like here in this meeting are something are very thought provoking, and like when you attend such kind of sessions that really broaden your perspective and your thought process about different topics. You tend to hear different speakers and you learn from them at the same time. So I think it's a very enriching experience also together. So yeah, thanks so much for inviting me, and I would love to be a part of it again and again.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nadeem, and you can keep joining us every Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Okay, so I think I have the name of the winners. So first, let's go ahead with the cable topic speaker. Yeah, it's the cable topic speaker. Any ideas about who is the winner? So, well, there's no doubt there's Toastmaster Diptendu as the
Thank
best
you.
cable topic speaker. Congratulations. Next, for the best role player. Any ideas?
The table topics master.
Well, it is the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Arjun.
Awesome.
Congratulations. Next, for the best auxiliary role player. Any guesses?
Toastmaster Deepthi.
Grammarian.
Yes, you're absolutely correct, Toastmaster Diptendu. It's Toastmaster Deepthi. Congratulations, Toastmaster Deepthi. So, congratulations to all the winners and thank you so much for participating in the meeting today. So, first of all, I would officially end the meeting here and I would request all of the members to please get back just